Here's the short version. If you encounter somebody who is either sexist or racist and you call them out, that will not help them shed their sexism or racism. That will harden them in that attitude. Hey everybody, John the Editor here. Now there's an item of rhetoric that's been going around that I want to talk about briefly, and it's this. It's impossible for women to be sexist against men. And there's a racist version of this too. It's impossible to be racist against whites, or sometimes you'll hear it said it's impossible for black people to be racist. Whatever version of this, whether it's the sexist version or the racist version, when anybody says this, everybody listening, including those who on the face agree, everybody knows that it's a lie. Even the people saying it, saying this ridiculous thing. It's impossible to be sexist against men, or it's impossible to be racist against whites, or whatever version of it you happen to like. Everybody who hears it and everybody who says it knows that it's a lie. Not just a lie. It's a really socially corrosive and foul and repulsive lie. It's like if you walked into a polite dinner party and opened your mouth and said, "Hi," and then out came a dog turd out of your mouth. Everybody would be puking. That's how disgusting it is. So why then do people say it? If they know when they hear it, it's a lie, and they also know when they say it, it's a lie. Well, there's an explanation, of course, right? It's that sexism, I'll take that as the example. Sexism is negative prejudice against a group of people plus institutional or social power. First of all, that's not the normal definition of either sexism or racism. And everybody who hears it and everybody who says it knows that it's a created definition to justify the very thing that it denounces. So, if we agree that sexism or racism are both, negative, they're both bad, you shouldn't enact or practice sexism or racism, what you're doing with that definition is you're implicitly admitting that you are A, a sexist, B, that you know it's bad, but C, you're going to keep doing it anyway because you've crafted this cockamamie definition to C. And everybody who hears that definition given, that's how they read it. They hear you saying in their head, "I'm a racist, I'm a sexist, and you can't stop me, haha." That's what it sounds like when you say that sexism, which you are practicing, is impossible for your group to practice because it's not just hatred of a group of people based on their sex, it's also hatred plus power. Well, number one, that's not the actual definition. Number two, if we accept that definition, the power component is there. Because if you were not the group who had sufficient political power to actualize your either sexism or racism, you would be immediately called out, maybe booted out of the university campus or booted off the sports team or fired from your place of employment when you posited this baloney definition to justify your either sexism or racism. So then why? And by the way, everybody understands this to be true, even the people saying it. So then why are they saying it? Why would anybody say something that they know is a lie, that they know other people know is a lie, that they know those other people also know that they know it's a lie, and that it is a repulsive lie that makes you look like a horrible, bad person? It's like this multiple layer cake of negative characteristics all rolled into one, and every time you give that justification, you're telling other people in code, "I'm a lousy motherfucker." People recognize their own bigotry. They recognize their own negative characteristics. And when they're called on it, it's easier to create a social narrative that says, no, I'm not a bad person. No, I'm a good, look how good I am. I'm the example of good. Here's the definition that proves it. Because the other possibility is to examine your own beliefs and go, I have a real problem with other people based on whatever their ethnicity or their skin color or their sexual identity or maybe their sexual orientation or maybe their religion. It's really hard to do that. It's like deeply unsettling. It's hard work. It's much easier to create a narrative that says, no. It might seem like I'm a racist, but actually I'm not, because the definition of racism is this. Therefore, I'm a good person. Yeah. Even while when you give that explanation, racism is, prejudice plus power, therefore I'm not a racist. What people hear when you say that is, I'm a slimy, dirty, rotten. That's what you're saying. So rather than condemning and crushing people based on the utterances, these inanely stupid, socially toxic, and patently false utterances, we aren't going to have a world where people can get along with each other if, when we encounter this, we go, you're a because all you're going to do is harden them deeper in their resolve. That person saying, well, no, I'm not sexist. Yeah, I hate men, but I'm not sexist because sexism means I have power plus I hate men, right? Therefore, see, I'm clear. They're doing it because it's easier and less painful than examining the bigotry that is actually deep inside their psychology. And if you want to change somebody away from their either racism or sexism, you have to give them that out. You have to let them leave through the side door. You can't call them out. That won't work. It won't work. Thanks very much for watching and listening, I suppose, assuming you did either one of those things. And have a lovely day.